West Coast, good afternoon East Coast, hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Sunday again. Hey everybody, I'm Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a good day today. Who do we have here in the chat today? We've got Barbara, Louise, Tracy, Paula, Melina, Irish Sail Lady, Donnell, Katie. We've got some people in here saying hello, good morning and afternoon to everybody. Hope you are having a great day. It is finally cooled off here in Texas and I am very happy about that. We are currently at 74 degrees, so it's a little warmer today than it was yesterday, but we have finally gotten a little bit of relief with some cooler fall temperatures. Unfortunately, they won't stay around because we're going back into the 90s later this week, but goodness gracious, what can I say? Candace, hey, Jan, GG Quilts is here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Donnell says, oh, Ian, where art thou? Off Kilter Crafter Ian. I'm here. I had a little bit of technology issues. What would a live be without some technology issues, right? Oh my goodness. Louise says, oh, we just watched that movie last night. Where did you get the tea? She's referring to my Hocus Pocus shirt. I got this one off of T-Fury, I think it was. I think it was T-Fury. I have yet to watch Hocus Pocus, but I need to because it is now spooky season. So it's time to bring out all of our Halloween movies and all that kind of stuff. So I need to get going on watching those this year. Can't believe we're already, what, 8 days into October? Goodness gracious, it just flies by. Yeah, so today we're going to be working on the My Queen Quilt. We're hopefully going to finish it up. Remember, I've been working with my sewing machine. I forgot to turn the light back on. I've been working with my sewing machine, my featherweight sewing machine, Sylvia. So this quilt will be the very first one that I've pieced completely on my featherweight machine. So very excited to get it finished today. We should be able to finish it today. I don't know how long it's going to... What you can't see off camera, I set up one of the reasons I'm a moment or two late today is I was having technology issues as I was getting stuff set up. I've set up a larger, like farther back cam so you can see everything in whole instead of this kind of cut off picture that you see right here. And so I have another camera, my filming camera over on my craft table. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move, and it was I have the microphones, and the receiver, which you can't see it on camera, but the receiver is normally plugged into that camera when I'm recording, and there is an audio cable that goes from the receiver, from the wireless mic receiver, into the camera, and it literally just went bloop, and like started moving and jiggling, and it scared me, because out of the corner of my eye, I saw something that was like, spooky season, what can I say? Oh my gosh. I know, Donnell says, you are so behind schedule. Get that Hocus Pocus and 2 going on. I know, I need to do that. Hey, So Fun Creations, thanks for the email earlier today. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I got a Halloween joke or a spooky season joke. Are you ready? What happens when you drop a pumpkin? Squash! Get it? Squash. And then you can fix it with a pumpkin patch. Ba-dum-ching. Yeah, okay. You're welcome for that spooky joke. Louise says, I wasn't sure it wasn't the cockroaches that you sent. Becca, Teresa, and Tiffany, no, it wasn't. It was not. It was definitely the red cable, but it still spooked me. I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed that joke. I know, I'm so silly. Can't help it. All right, quick updates. We got a live next week, and then the week after, I have a commitment that I'm going to be doing, so I'm not going to be able to be there, but I'm not going to leave you without content. There will be a video premiere on that Sunday. I don't remember what Sunday, the 26th, I think it is. I know, I'm so silly. So the premiere is already set up and ready to go. I will not be in the live chat, but I wanted to give y'all a little opportunity to chat with each other. So it is a video premiere, so you can chat with each other as you watch the video, and that will be coming out the last Sunday of the month. I will not be available, so that's why I've set that up. This past week, I went and saw my quilt at the Texas State Fair and saw it hanging with its red second place ribbon, which was really awesome. Love that. Cannot wait to hang that ribbon up. Oh, you can't see it, but I can't wait to put that ribbon up along with the other ones. It was such a great thing to see the quilt. And I did see the first place winner, and I gotta say, I'm not mad that they won first place. It was the Tula Nova quilt, so not mad that they won first place at all. Hello, Sharon from Hewitt, New Jersey. Hello. Hello, Diane from Massachusetts. Gwen said, never made a love for you, Ian. Came from Tiffany's channel. I think you meant live, but I will accept your love anyways. Rochelle with 3 L's is here. Hello. So I did get to see my quilt, and then I wanted to show this off. Before we dive into everything, I do want to show this off because I'm super excited about this. So excited that it's finally done. Margot the Boxer is finally done. It is done. I am so excited for Margot to be done. I am still pulling off the paper. It is a very good thing that you can't see my floor right now because there's paper everywhere. But I finally did get Margot the Boxer done. I am so excited that that is finally done, and I now need to start working on getting the quilting done. So turned out really, really well. There's a few wobbles in there, but you know what? When you back up 3, 6, 12 feet away, you don't see it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, Gwen says, I have a 1946 featherweight, which I love, and just finished my first full quilt on it. Congratulations. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on Margot. Turned out so great. I love it. Cannot wait to get that one quilted. All right. Let's get started on My Queen. We're going to finish that up today. I hope it will not take a million years. Yo, Patty G, what up? Thanks for being here today. Margot looks amazing. Good job. Thank you. Joan is here. Hey, quilty friends, working on my grandson's graduation quilt. Congratulations to him graduating. That's going to be awesome. All right, so I have worked on the My Queen quilt. In fact, let's do this number. Bam! Look at that! You can actually see the entire thing. So here's the My Queen quilt. You see my Halloween quilt has been pushed to the side for the moment while we work on the My Queen quilt. I'm going to be taking the rows. I have put several of I followed the instructions, but as you can see, these are not attached together yet. So what we need to do is we need to start putting our rows together. And then once we put our rows together, then we can start putting the columns together. I don't know. We're going to start putting the columns together to make the rows. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to go ahead and start working on that. And I don't know how long it's going to take. We're just going to get it. We're going to get it done today. We are going to get it done today. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do this one and this one. I'm going to put my pins up here so that way they do not get lost. I did manage to lose, as I've been working on pulling the paper out of Margot, I did manage to lose. I have my tweezers to help me pull the paper out, and I managed to lose the cap to my tweezers, which wouldn't be like a huge deal, except for the fact that the tweezers are kind of sharp, and I would really kind of like to have that for them, but whatever, it's fine. I'm sure it's on the floor somewhere, I just don't know where. I smell children. It's a glorious morning. It makes me sick. Love that movie. It's one of my absolute favorite movies ever. Was great, but my daughter keeps screaming and laughing. No work for me. Oh. Oh, you're okay. Okay, I was like, what did I say? I'm working. Anna says I'm working on Village Green Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Getting discouraged though, as two of the fabrics keep having thread errors in them. I'm not sure if those will cause issues later. So far I have a list to recut. Uh-oh. The tweezer, I know, the cap for the tweezers is probably in the paper. So I did vacuum today, and so maybe I need to like empty the cartridge out to see if I can find it in there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know, I'll find it when I least expect it. Just be careful with the tweezers. Already slammed my hand down on my tweezer. Oh, there was a reason why I was not a doctor, Donnell. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm sorry that happened, and I... Ooh, yikes. All right, let's get started, shall we? I don't know how long it's going to take me to get done, but we are just going to make it happen today. We're gonna finish this up. It shouldn't take too long. It seems like a pretty straightforward kind of thing. I do have to do a little bit of finagling, I guess, because it tells me like I'm supposed to make one continuous border pieces, but we're gonna do it my way. We're gonna do it my way and hope that it works out just fine. That's the hope, at least. Yeah, I'm gonna check the wastebasket. Yep, absolutely. Well, that's good, Donnell. No blood on the fabric. That's always I always worry. Like when I'm working with pins and stuff, because I did work with pins for Margot. I don't like using pins because I poke myself inevitably. I always end up poking myself. However, for paper piecing, you kind of need to use pins in order to make sure that you're lining the pieces up. And so I poked myself several times and was very worried I was going to get blood onto my hands or onto my quilt, but thankfully I did not. Never did, but goodness gracious, always was worried that I might. I'm still editing. Thanks for giving me an excuse. You're welcome. I'm stalling on editing. Thanks for giving me an excuse. You're welcome. You are welcome. If you can't find the tweezers covers, cut a piece of plastic straw. Oh, that's a good idea, Louise. Thanks. That's a really good tip. And I have a couple of extra plastic straws that I could definitely use that for. So thanks for the wonderful tip. That's a great idea. We'll definitely do that. There we go. There we go. Mona did what? Cut that. All right, so we've gotten that one attached. So now we need to do the middle one, and then we'll do some pressing. The Queen Quilt is amazing, Elizabeth says. I agree. I really am loving this quilt. Can't wait to get it finished and completed. Monique did such a great job on this. Hi, Glenda. Welcome. Yeah, Monique did a great job curating this box. And I love it. I love it. Like I said, I took Wednesday off of work and went to the state fair, which was a great idea because Wednesday was not a very busy day at the fair. Obviously, it's the middle of the week, so most people are not going to take that day off. But it was, of course, the hottest day of the week at 96 degrees in October. So I was sweating. It was disgusting by the time the day was over with. It was really, really bad. But was definitely very glad to see my quilt on display. And somebody mentioned, because they put, for the State Fair of Texas, they put the quilts up high where you, like, I showed a shot of Marco Polo and sent it to Tiffany, and she's like, why do they put the quilts so high? You can't see any of the detail on them. I'm like, I don't know, that's what they do. As Taylor says, Thanksgiving weekend here, so doing some sewing and watching you. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Is that on Monday, the 14th? If I remember correctly, maybe, yes, maybe no, I don't remember. Come on, get under there. Get under there, there we go. Hello, Karen, welcome. Hi, Shelly. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you guys for joining me last weekend for my crazy 7.5 hour live as I worked on the final pieces of Margot. That was quite the thing, wasn't it? It was a lot. It was a lot. And apparently I have put some stretch into this fabric because it way overlaps what it should. But you know what? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Like Tim Gunn would say, make it work. Make it work. We're gonna do that. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, that's not gonna be a pretty, it's not gonna be pretty, but it'll work. Usually it seems like Sylvia is your house setting machine. Are you enjoying making the whole quilt on her? Yes, so normally Sylvia is my house setting machine because I don't usually like want to bring my whole ginormous Big Bertha with me over to house sit. So yeah, I'm enjoying putting this quilt together using her. Yeah, I got some puckers and some ruffles there, but that's all right. Becky says, hi everyone, I'm late as usual, but I'm here. You are never late. You are always on time. There is no being late here on my channel. And that's all that matters. Yeah, so I'm enjoying working with Sylvia. I still need to learn. Every machine has its like quirks and its personality, and I'm still trying to learn what Sylvia's personality is. Like with this quilt, I feel like I've gotten some things cattywampus and like just not lined up nicely. And I think partly it's because I didn't cut the fabric. I may not have cut the fabric nicely. And I think partly it's because I'm still learning, excuse me, how to like work with her. I think part of it is I didn't cut the fabric very well. And I think I kind of butchered it that way. But I'm still kind of, I know how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I know how to kind of modify and change as I'm on the fly with my Bernina machine. And so I'm learning how to do that with Sylvia. Because no two machines sew exactly the same, and so you kind of have to tweak and work with and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm working with a lot of biased fabric here, so that's not helping in the stretch. I don't remember when you have too much fabric. Do you put the excess fabric on the top or on the bottom? I can't remember. Put the longer, well, Shelly just answered before I could even look up. Put the longer side on the bottom. The feed dogs will ease it in. Good to know. So I just need to do that from now on. Let's see. I know how it sounds, but I can't say it. Straight stitch that sews fast has taught me to enjoy the process. Absolutely. Kathleen says, I was there the whole day. It was a nice day. That was the day that I did my 7-hour live. I still can't believe that was like, I did 7 hours. It's ridiculous. Danelle says, what do you use your design wall for? Exactly what you see me doing. If I lay out projects in quilts, I'll use my design wall so that way it's easier for me to see it and, you know, grab the pieces and manipulate and all that kind of stuff. There's a very unhappy dog out there barking right now. Microphone sounds spooky. Mic is going in and out. Check your mic. It's making funny noises. Let's see here. No, I still got full battery. There's like a lot of noises going on outside, and it sounds like kind of scary. And I don't know what's going on. It must be okay, because nobody's acting like... Okay, sorry. To be honest, it sounded like there was a dog fight outside. But I knew that there were people with them, so like, it sounded bad. It just sounded bad. Apparently it wasn't, but it sounded bad, and I was getting nervous. How does the microphone sound? Does it sound better? Donnell, could y'all hear the dogs? Oh, when you put your neck down, it makes it, okay, all right. So what it is my neck fat was touching the microphone, so I'm gonna put it up a little bit so that way you can hear it. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. All right. All right, so I think we figured out what was going on. I think everything's fine now. Wow, that was a whole bunch of stuff happening all at once. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was because my neck was laying down on the microphone, and that's why it sounded like that. It's because my body, my skin was touching the microphone against it, so. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I don't know if y'all could hear the dogs, but it was like, it kind of scared me. It kind of sounded like dogs were being attacked or dogs were attacking, or I don't know. But they were small dogs. They were itty bitty bitty dogs, so everybody seemed to be okay, and all seemed to be okay. Yo, Penny G says, woo, I'm glad it's just your neck fat. I thought you were possessed by the queens from your quilt. Oh, man. All right. We are all good. That was a mess. Katrina says, can't hear the dogs. Mine are snoring by my feet. Yeah, it was, I was wondering if y'all could hear that because it was loud. Normally I'll hear a bark or two here at the apartment, no big deal. But they just went on and on and on and on and on. And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? That little dogs can make a lot of noise, and they were little dogs. So I'm assuming that's what was going on. Just some little dogs with some big feels. Little dogs with big feels. Oh, goodness gracious. So if I missed any of your comments, I do apologize, as I was distracted with everything going on. Did you ever get your crystal ball from Target? I did. I did get the crystal ball from Target. Unfortunately, I wasn't like, there's some like stuff in the bottom of it that is permanently stuck. Like some of the shiny material that's in the crystal ball is like stuck to the sides, but I have not seen, like, I've seen it once in my Target and never again. I've never seen it back in stock. So, but I do have it, and I bought this cool thing from Amazon. The crystal ball takes replaceable batteries, but I wanted to put it on one of my smart switches, my smart outlets, so that way it comes on at sunset and then turns off when I go to bed. And so I actually found these things that replace the batteries, but they plug into an outlet. So you put in like dummy batteries, and then it has a very thin cord that comes out, and you can replace battery operated devices with ones that plug into an outlet. And I love that. And so I did that, and so happy with the result. It came out so perfect. Okay, now must edit while the house is quiet. I'll catch you on the replay. Thanks for the company. No worries, Amy. Hello, future Amy from past Ian. This is your shout out for in the future. I was with 3 little dogs last week. Mercy, could they bark? Yeah, definitely. Talking of next, the other day I was driving with my window down on the motorway. The tassel from my overalls flicked up and hit me in the neck. I mean, it's a tiny piece of fabric. Adam says, genuinely thought something was trying to kill me. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious, Adam. Too funny. Yeah, There have been times. Oh, that's not the right way. Let's do a quick press. I forgot. I need to do a quick little press on this, and then we'll move on to the next part. Yeah, it's funny how like little things can make you feel. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but like it gets you like. Not nervous, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like you freak out. Like you freak out about it, and you're like, ah, and then you just kind of laugh at yourself afterwards. I don't know which way these are supposed to go, to be honest. So I'm just gonna press them, and then it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I should have heated up my iron before I started the live. Yeah, I was genuinely like, what is happening when those dogs were going off? I was like, oh God, it's a thing. It's a horrible thing. Can there be like an instant hot iron, please? Can somebody please invent instant hot irons? Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. I would appreciate it. But yeah, my time at the fair was fun. I went by myself, so, you know, maybe not as fun as if I had somebody going with me. But it was still fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Ate some good food. It's so expensive to go to the fair. It really is like incredibly expensive because parking was $20. The ticket I got was a cheaper ticket because they have this deal where you bring 5 canned goods, get a $5 ticket. So that's what I did, which was a great idea. But, you know, that's $25 just to get in the door. And then I bought $20 worth of coupons to eat my Fletcher's corny dog. If you've not had Fletcher's corny dogs, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I really want to rip this seam out. Really, really want to. Anxious, intimidated, yeah. I really want to rip this seam out and try this again because I don't like the puffiness that I'm getting. Thank you, Gwen. I love my Hocus Pocus shirt too. I love getting to bring it out. I think I am gonna rip the seam. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna rip the seam because I'm not happy with it, and I want to clean it up a little bit. So I'm gonna rip the seam and then try it again, and hopefully it'll be better. And then we'll move on. Susie says, Ian, gonna make a retro 1952 buttercup apron dress. Ooh, that sounds fun. Just wash and still need to iron flat. The fabric, going to make a mock-up of muslin. Wish there was an instant iron. Absolutely. Like, it would be so helpful if there was an instant iron that you could just, you know, push the button and it would instantly be warm. That would be amazing. I would love that. I remember driving with the window down and a bumblebee went into my shirt. This girl pulled over and started stripping on the side of the road. Praise the Lord, I didn't get stung. Goodness gracious. Thank goodness you didn't get stung, and thank goodness you didn't get an indecency citation. Although, I'm going to say, I don't understand why women cannot go topless. Men can go topless. It's the same thing. Women just happen to have more of it. Like, come on. It should be okay to go topless. Just my personal opinion, but women, it's not fair to you. Just saying. Yeah, so for those of you who have not been on a live in a little bit, YouTube changed how ads run during live videos. So, and they reduced the amount of control that creators have over their live or over the ads. So, unfortunately, I can somewhat control it, but not very much anymore. YouTube just is, of course, wanting to make more ad revenue, and so they're pulling some of the controls away from creators. So, yeah. S. Taylor. Oh, geez, Karen, I'm sorry. I'm like going back up. Karen said, oh my God, Nancy, I would have jumped out of the rolling vehicle. I'm allergic to bees. I don't know if I'm allergic to bees, actually. My dad was, and I've thankfully have never found out, but I don't want to find out. So, yeah, I try to steer clear of them. S. Taylor says, I agree, some men are bigger than me. I mean, not wrong there. Gwen says, I hate bras. Can't imagine. I imagine that y'all have the same, like I have the same feeling as y'all, like when I'm in a store or like some place that's really crowded and I'm still, you know, I try to avoid, I'm trying to avoid COVID as much as possible. And so like when I get out of the store, I imagine the feeling of me taking off the mask is probably as similar to a woman taking off her bra and being able to breathe. So there you go. It's a good thing about living in the country, and I did have my bra on. Well, there you go. Hey, Judy, welcome. Judy, I think you came into quite the interesting part of the live where we're talking about bras and boobs and all that kind of stuff. I guess it fits because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, I mean, it fits, right? Save the tatas. Donnell says, since Donnell, that reminds me, I need to ask you a question here in just a second. Since I'm a beekeeper, I'm glad we are not. However, we do keep EpiPens in stock at home just in case anyone gets stung. Okay, Donnell, explain this one to me. I have come across several TikTok creators who are beekeepers. They also do like rehoming of bees. So like bees have shown up in a location that the property owner does not want them to be due to, many reasons, safety, all that kind of stuff. Some of these beekeepers, and I forget the official terminology for somebody who works with bees, they sometimes are not wearing protective gear. Like, how does a person keep from getting stung? Like, I don't understand how that works, right? Like, they just go up to the bees and they're literally like handling the bees. How do they not get stung? And just like pick the bees up like it's nothing. I don't understand how that works. Can you explain that to me? Karen just says, I just had a bra ad pop up. That's funny. That's funny that it was a bra ad that decided to pop up. There we go. Very gently, says Katrina. It just boggles my mind that these bees, like, there's a lady here in Texas, and I can't remember her name, but she's like the Texas bee woman or something like that, and she like will literally just scoop up a hive and throw them into the box, and they're like, cool, this sounds fun, and it's like, how does she not get stung? And I know that they do get stung every now and again, but like, I would think that if a bee, saw this ginormous hand coming into their space, that they would immediately attack it. So I don't know. How does that work, Donnell? I don't understand that. So to put it nicely as I can, they're playing Russian roulette. Awesome. I, under no circumstances, would be around a hive without protective gears, such as a jacket and gloves. Okay, good to know. Good to know. It boggles my mind because they're just like, yeah, everything's fine. And I'm like, no, it's really not. Like, okay, sure. Bees can detect fear and anxiety. They would be like, that would be spot on with me, that's for sure. I used to feed wild bees when I lived off the grid. I would put out plates of sugar water. They got to know my scent. I wasn't afraid of them. Interesting. Gwen says they use smoke before handling them. Some of them do, but Gwen, there's that lady on TikTok, and she doesn't use smoke. She's not using smoke. She's not. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Donnell says my husband will sit on the ground directly in front of the hive and be 100% relaxed. Interesting. I'm allergic and I run like the wind. I try to stay calm when I can't run. If they use smoke, it does calm them down. So that, yeah, I know that the smoke does, but like I said, some of them are not using smoke, and it's like, you know, and they're literally like tearing apart the hives to get the bees into the bee boxes, and it's just like, how does this work? So they actually learn who you are by face like a dog, yet I still don't trust them. They can actually learn who you are? That's incredible to me. That's awesome. It's like an alligator whisperer. They handle them and don't get, yeah, very true. Very, very true. Gwen says, I don't want to try it. Yeah, same. I'm not gonna try. I would love to go visit like a honeybee farm, but I would be wearing full protection gear because A, I don't know if I'm allergic, and B, I just don't want to take that chance, you know? So I made a small boo-boo. I accidentally put a small hole. So I've marked that little hole with a pin or with a clip. So that way when I get to that, I'll just move in a little bit and not have to worry about it. Barbara says, oh boy. Okay, so backing up a little bit. Anna says, I have a bumblebee who comes to greet me when I get home. She buzzes around in front of my mouth and then darts around in a pattern. It's like she's saying hi, and then she goes back to what she's doing. That's so cool. Catherine says, I think they move the queen first sometimes. Sometimes they do, not always. Barbara says, I've spent a week in the hospital after a hornet sting. Thank goodness I haven't been stung since. It's going on 42 years now. Goodness gracious, sorry to hear about that. 42 years ago, that's no fun. Remember, put the longer piece on the bottom. Just did that. I always talk to her and make sure there are plenty of flowers on the porch. That's sweet. If you ever come up here to Michigan, you can come over and visit my hives. I have a spare head to toe suit. Awesome. If I ever make it to Michigan, you bet I'm going to stop by and say hello. Absolutely. Yeah, so my longer one is on the bottom now. And like I said, it made a little boo-boo. And accidentally made a small hole in the fabric. So I am going to just, you know, when I get to that spot that I've marked, I'm going to move it a little further in. It will show up, you know, on the quilt, but it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'm severely allergic to bees and wasps and and a lot of other things, and went to the ER numerous times. Goodness gracious, sorry to hear that. All right, so that's my spot right there. I'm gonna go in a little bit. Like I said, I know that's gonna show up a little bit on the quilt whenever I do that, but that's okay. Yep, I did a perfect job in missing that hole.
Aw, shucks.
Who's talking to you? Siri's getting very presumptuous that I'm talking to it. It seems like it is activating more and more, and like, you're talking to me, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then my HomePod, which sits over on my desk, will I'll come home from the grocery store, and I will usually get like a salad, and I will say, you know, blah, 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 its name, remind me tomorrow at a certain time that I have a salad. So that way when I go to have lunch, I don't forget about it. And it'll be like, who's speaking? And I'm like, I'm the only one that lives in this apartment, so who do you think it is? And it's like, well, that's not very nice. And I'm like, You're not very nice for not remembering who I am. I don't know what to tell you. All right, this still isn't perfect. It still did not get 100%, but it's better than it was, so it is what it is, and it's just going to be that way. Yeah, no? All right. All right, there is the first row. There we go. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and pin it back up for the moment, and we'll move on to the row below it. And then we'll start piecing it all together. Donnell, I would love to visit the bees and all that. There's another girl on TikTok. I don't remember if she's here in the United States or in Canada. But she puts out sugar water. She has bees on her property, and she puts out sugar water for them. And she takes bee baths. She like goes to exchange the sugar water, and the bees, they must have learned her face or know her, because they are just like, hey, what's up? And they like climb on her, and they're happy to see her and all that kind of stuff. So so they must have like memorized who she is, and they know that she's not going to hurt them. So, I mean, that's awesome, but it's just, it freaks me out, because I'm like, but they're gonna sting you. And I know, like, if you're not allergic to bees, it stings, it hurts, it doesn't feel good, but like one sting, you're gonna be okay. It doesn't feel good, but it's not like the end of the world as long as you're not allergic. But, you know, I still don't want to get stung. Ugh. Anyways, oh, I got to put this on the bottom. Longer piece on the bottom. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much. It's coming together so nicely. Other than the freaking hole I put into the fabric. That's all right. It's all good. I do love sitting where I can see them, but where I still respect their space and watch them. Absolutely. I am very, like, 100% respectful. Ooh, what just happened there? I think I had some threads get stuck. Make sure I'm sewing okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had a bird's nest. That's what happened. Whoopsie doodle. Had a bird's nest situation, but that's okay. No, don't go that way. It is very interesting, so Terry. It is so, the world of bees is just amazing to me. I love it, and I love to educate myself on everything that I can. So learning about bees is beautiful. Get it? Beautiful. I've gotten stung so many times, I never want to feel that again. Yeah, totally. I can very much understand that. And of course we have to watch out for like the aggressive bees. Like honeybees are, they can be aggressive when they feel threatened or whatever, but for the most part they're not like, they're not going to attack you just for walking past them. But the aggressive Africanized bees, like those are the ones that you have to watch out for and have to make sure that you're not, I don't know, it's just, it's a lot. It's so sad too, like, I wish we didn't have to worry about that, you know? That one was a little long, but it's fine. Hey, Sue Allen. Sue Allen is here. She is a channel member, so everybody give a welcome to Sue Allen. Sue Allen, thank you for supporting my channel and helping to keep this going each Sunday. Howard would tell about getting stung. He has a belly laugh by the end. Poor bees that wasted their time stinging him. Oh my goodness. 2 years ago, my oldest son, now 24, got stung 26 times on one hand. Thankfully, no allergic reaction. They were really fussy that day from heat. Goodness gracious, 20? That's a lot. Hornets and yellow jackets are absolutely 100%. So when I was a kid, I jumped on a log in a park and a swarm came after me. 2 of them got me, so painful. Later, I also got stung on my forehead. No flesh there. Goodness gracious. Yikes. Oh, that's cool. Italian honeybees are very docile. That's what I have. The Africanized honeybees cannot survive the winters in Michigan. Oh, that's good to know, actually. I was afraid that, like, Africanized bees were going to take over and become the... I have to rip again. This flipped up. Thankfully, I don't have to do a lot, but I do have to rip a bit, because I ended up, this flipped up and got sewn in the wrong way. So I've got to gently, it's hard to see black on black. Black threads on black fabric is not easy to see. That's why it was longer, was because it flipped up. Gosh darn it, I can't ever, it always seems like I have to rip, right? Like you always have to go in. Can't ever have a project without using jack at least a few times, right? Ooh, man. Maggie, that sounds not fun at all. Well, this project may take longer than I was hoping if I keep making silly mistakes like I'm doing right now. Katrina said, decided my new seam ripper needs to be named Rip Taylor. I like it. I like it. And Becca can always do it like super nicely where she just goes in and go, and I can get a few stitches usually, but I always hit a point and I don't want to like force it, because if you do that, you could end up ripping your fabric and I don't want to do that. So I always end up like going a few stitches and then maybe popping a few and then going a few stitches and popping a few and all that. So it annoys the heck out of me. There we go. All right, let's try this again, shall we? All right, let's try it again. I'm going to talk to my husband, see if he'll do a live stream with me. We can do it around the bees. Oh, that's cool. He has a lot more knowledge than I do. That's awesome. I would definitely watch that. I would definitely watch that. this. Oops. All right. So what I just did is I just, if you own a featherweight, you know that you move the screw down so that way when you reverse, because I don't typically reverse, but since I'm starting in the middle of my seam, I want to make sure it helps if you put the presser foot down. I want to make sure that I go back into the same place that I started at. Since I was starting in the middle. All right, there we go. I think we got it this time. I slide under every third to fifth stitch and then pull apart. I do that sometimes depending on a couple of different things. When one of my sons was almost 18 months, he got stung by one bee on his finger before I got him to the hospital. He was blue and purple, barely alive. Oh my gosh, so an EpiPen must-have is a must-have at all times. Absolutely. Terrifying. All right, so we're in good shape there. Let's put the other side on. All right. Maybe one of these days Alive will actually go the way I want it to. I feel like for a while now my lives have just been... Oh, come on. There we go. All right, I think we're good. That machine has a nice sound when it does. It sounds so good when I'm sewing with it. I love her. Love her, love her, love her. And then she doesn't sound good the moment I go to sew. What is going on? All right. Oh, well, that's not good. The moment you say, oh, she's got a great sound. Yeah, okay. That's when everything messes up. Oh, well, it's because there's a bird nest. That's why. There we go. So funny. You're like, oh, it sounds so good. And then suddenly, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. Hey, life is that way. We have good times and we have bad times. Very, very true. Let's see if I could bring up my bobbin thread. There it is. All right, try it again. Much better. If you pull the threads before you start, you should hold them as you take. Yeah, I try to do that. Sometimes I forget. And that time I did it, so. Did I actually make a full incomplete? Yes, I did. Okay, we're good. We are good. I need to move this pedal back. It's too close to me. There we go. I think, so I'm actually using my pedal from my 301 right now, the one that I replaced myself. And I'm really tempted to go ahead and replace my featherweight pedal as well, with a updated cord. I have the original pedal, but I think I want to replace the power cord because when I took my featherweight to get serviced, the wires were starting to degrade, and so he cut off a length to move the pedal up a little bit, and I think I want to, it's too short. Like that length that he took it, although he didn't take very much off, it's become too short for me to use. And so I think I want to buy another replacement kit for that one and replace it so that way I have a longer cord, because when it's on the floor, it like I have to, it's really close to my foot and I don't like that. So I think I may end up replacing it. So Terry says, use leaders and ender pieces of fabric. I sew on a featherweight every day and it really helps. All right, I will go grab my leaders and enders. I'm sorry, So Terry, I should do that and I don't. I'm sorry, don't hate me, don't hate me. Leaders and enders. I learned how to sew on a featherweight. I wish I still had it. It's been a really fun journey sewing with the featherweight. I'm still learning, for sure, but it's been really fun. Where's my pedal? There it is. All right, I got my leader in, With my old 1957 Singer, I have to hold the threads and hand crank the needle down into the fabric and then push the pedal. Yep. That happens to me as well sometimes. Wonderful. All right, there we go. Don't apologize, just do it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes'm. Come on, get under there. There we go. Don't apologize, just do it. Yes, Mom. Oh my goodness. Home from church, a full house this morning. Very nice, Susan. Very, very nice. I think they also say hold the threads, sink the needle, and then put the foot down. Yep. I'm pretty sure you are 100% correct on that as well. Definitely do not do that. Sometimes I do that. I get so spoiled on my Bernina because, you know, it's computerized, it's got all the bells and whistles, it does all the things, so I get spoiled sometimes because this has none of those things, like stopping the needle in the down position automatically, gosh, you don't realize how much that helps until you get on the featherweight and you're like, oh, right, it doesn't stop in the down position. So you're like, oh, you know? Or the thread cutter. Oh my God, having a thread cutter. Woo! How do I want to do this? Scissors. Get my scissors out. We're going to make a smaller piece. There. Do. That's better. See? See? I did it. I did it. I did the thing. Did the thing. And we have one more to go. Do. I don't know what I'm singing. But you're welcome anyways for me singing. Do-da, do-da. There we go. Donnell says, I know your pain right now. My industrial machine is about to be slapped if she doesn't get it together. Yep. Yep. It happens. It happens. Because you're like, behave. And it's like, no. And you're like, behave. And it's like, no. You're like, just freaking behave. No. I want to cause you all the trouble. Still think it's hilarious that Sylvia just needed a nap. She just needed a nap. That's all she needed. She's like, I'm tired. I don't want to work anymore. And it's like, but. But I am tired. I know it did. Yeah, I saw that, Susan. It did put that in there twice. I don't know what happened, but it's YouTube. Go figure. It was like, I want you to know that I've been at church. You must know I've been at church. I don't know. YouTube's weird. I don't know. I'm not knowing. I don't claim to know. So why is a featherweight so special and everybody want one? You just said that you like the features of your electronic machine. Okay, so great question. Featherweights are very coveted machines for a few different reasons. In my opinion, there's something very nostalgic about sewing on a featherweight. It's very portable, so very easy to move from one location to another. It's honestly, I do like my computerized machine. Don't get me wrong, love it. But also, it's nice to go back to the basics of this is the way, people would sew back in the 1930s, the 1940s. And sometimes my computer machine gets overzealous with its notifications. It's like, your top thread is out. No, it's not. It's just, there's just something about sewing on it. It also is a very tough machine. I watched a YouTube video of a person sewing through leather like it was butter. It's just, it's amazing. Tamala, what about your birdie do you enjoy the most? I'm curious. Bill said, did someone say featherweights? Yes, I did, Bill. I need to cut 4-meter border strips for my Tubes quilt and then sew them together so I can finish my second quilt top this weekend. Finish the Halloween quilt top for the 2021 Fat Quarter Shop Spooky Box on Friday. Excellent. Hey, Teresa, welcome. Gonna watch it in the living room TV. Need to iron some yardage. 8 yards of yardage. Fun. Yeah, Bill, what would you say, because the question got posed of like, Ian, you say you like sewing on your computerized machine more, so why do you use the featherweight? And I don't know, there's just something about the featherweight that I love using it. Because Bill uses a Singer 301 machine as his daily driver. So like, what is it about sewing on antique machines that is so amazing? Because there's, I don't know how to describe it. There's just something different about sewing on them. No bells and whistles. I think it's the simplicity. The stitching is beautiful, nostalgia, and just because I love her. Absolutely. Like, those are all valid and true statements. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me see if I put it up there, if that might help. So sorry that my neck fat keeps hitting the microphone. This shirt is a little tight, so that's why it's like... Oh, it's just it harkens back to an earlier day. They're prettier machines, and they'll do anything when you learn them. Yeah, that's true statements. Sorry, I'm focusing on trying to line these up so that they are... Deborah says they are workhorses. I love my featherweight. Looking for a tan one and a white one. Got it, Teresa. Thanks. It's because the microphone was rubbing up against my neck. Teresa, what are you going to be working on today on your live? I tried out my mother-in-law's featherweight. I don't like it. I'd rather sew on my Juki all day. Gave the machine to my sister-in-law. She's happy to have her mom's machine, but also sews on a Juki. Like I say, I prefer my Bernina, but there's just something special about sewing on the featherweight. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. There's something special there. I still haven't tried my featherweight. Maybe next week. You should. You should. I really think it's like the part about being a workhorse. These machines really do a lot. And like, I could absolutely not sew leather on my Bernina. There's no way. There's no way it would sew with leather on my Bernina. But I bet you I could sew leather on this machine if I really wanted to. See you later, Mona. Take care. Thanks for joining. Susan says, I love your shirt, Ian. Thank you. I love this shirt too. I always enjoy when I finally get to bring it out of the closet each year. And I could wear it year round, you know. Hocus Pocus has become so popular that I could wear it year round and not, you know, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I try to reserve it for just around Halloween, the spooky season. I love her vintages, her portability, her beautiful stitching and piecing, and the biggest factor is I can repair her myself. The old machines were built for owners to repair themselves. That's very true. They do make really great stitches too. There's just something about a stitch on this machine. Ian, I sewed a large tote bag with leather just to prove that she could do it. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I could do that on my Bernina. I could probably do that on the 301. For sure. I saw somebody just yesterday on YouTube sewing with 301 doing... They did different types of leather, and I was just like, man, all right, good to know if I need to sew leather, I have a machine to do that. And they're so darn cute. It's true. They're small, they're compact, they're portable, they're cute. She sounds really good when she sews. Let me see if I can line that up. Get down there. I have a featherweight. That was my mother-in-law's. I haven't really done anything yet. I want to give it a go. Would you recommend that I have it cleaned and serviced before I try it out? Laura, I would. Especially if it's been sitting for a while. It's best to get them serviced just to make sure everything's in working order. Like, it's hard to damage them. Like, don't think that I'm saying that if it's, you know, it's really hard to damage them. But I would rather have a good experience knowing that my machine was 100% set up, ready to go, cleaned, oiled, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I would probably have it serviced just to be, you know, on the safe side. I don't have to ever adjust the tension. It just is so, it's just impressive. I also have the Singer 1591 that will go from cotton fabric to layers of faux leather and not skip a stitch. How well did I do? I did pretty well. Yeah, I did pretty well on that. I'm happy with that. Donnell says, I need help coming up with a name for my industrial machine that is amazing yet stubborn. Not Bertha, as that's my Juki. Yeah, I forgot about the belt. It's good to have the belt checked. Do I need to do another? Hold on, I may have messed up. Oh, I do, don't I? Shoot. Well, there's some more that I need to do. I forgot. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, all right. I see what I did wrong. So I need to put this back up on the wall for a moment because I need to attach some other things first before I get to this. I wasn't quite paying attention. So these black strips, I need to attach all of this and then attach the outer black strips. So that's okay. I'll get it right someday. We're gonna get this done today. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. If I didn't have to like rip out everything, it would be so much better. But you know, the wiring looks new. That's awesome. That's really great. All right, now I need to line this one up. She was a pip. I am so confused on what's happening, but awesome. I think we're naming the machine. I think we have found a suitable name for the machine, yes? I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to name my 301. I've also been talking with somebody about getting it painted. So that may be a thing that happens, and I'm super excited about that. Oops. Okay, so Terry got it. Got it. Oh, and I forgot to put the... Oh, shoot. Oh, well. It's fine. I meant to put the biased pieces on the bottom so that way it would work, but I clipped where I want it to be, so I'm kind of... I think it'll work out. I think it'll be okay. .301 are beast as well. I'm rebuilding a 201 now. I can't wait to get it together and sew something. That'll be awesome. So Terry. Yeah, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there. I'm a member of several groups. I'm a member of a featherweight group. I'm a member of a 301 group. And they have been super helpful and inspirational and all of that jazz. Come on. Line up, please. Thank you. Fabric didn't want to line up. We're gonna get this done today. We're gonna have a fully finished quilt. It's gonna look amazing. We're gonna be so happy with it. Gonna be great. Right, everyone? That's exactly what's gonna happen. Oops. Did your shirt get there? It said it was delivered Friday. It tried to deliver Friday, and no, it didn't. No, no. I'm sorry, Bill. It did not. I was here all day Friday too, so yeah, I don't know. Whoops. Yes, it will be amazing, absolutely. So there we go, there's that. Let's do the next row. I'm gonna need that instant hot iron, please. Thanks. Thanks, please and thanks. Bill, that's what you need to invent. You need to invent a instant hot iron. We'll make millions. We'll make millions and millions of dollars. All right, let's do the bottom row. And then we can do the sides. I'm sure this is all in the instructions, and I've just kind of ignored the instructions. Like, I see how it comes together, I just have ignored the instructions now. It's fine. It's fine. I was in, like, instructions? What instructions? I don't need no stinking instructions. I probably do need instructions, but it's fine. It's fine. Deborah, are you at work right now? Is that just like your... How do you... Because every post, every comment you post says Deborah at work. Do you just like keep that in your copy and paste, and whenever you're ready to say something, you just put that in? Why do I look so red? Look at me. I look really red. Joining late again. You're not late. Susan says, not another 7+ hour one. No. Managed to get to 5 hours of you nattering away in the background while I'm sewing Halloween. Awesome. No, hopefully not a 7-hour live today. Hopefully we will get this done. Let's see, we've been going for 1 hour and 30, so hopefully we'll get this done by, like, I'm hoping to not go over the 3-hour mark, that's for sure. Cross your fingers that happens. Oh, at work, so people think I'm Kurt. But do you just have that like in copy and paste, so that way like when you go to say something, you just go copy paste and ready to go? Impatiently waiting for my first spooky box. I hope it comes before Ian does his, because I don't know how much longer I can avoid the YouTube videos. Yes, I did get a spooky box. That video will come out at the end of the month, so you got time. You should be all right. I don't think I'm gonna spoil it for you. You can't watch the video yet anyway, so even if you wanted to go see what I got inside the box, you can't because it's a video premiere. So that'll happen at the end of the month. Did you recover easily from last week? Man, I did recover. But it did take a hot minute for me to recover, because that was a long live. Oh, and I meant to say thank you guys so much. I totally forgot to say this. Thank you guys so much for everybody who sent a super chat. I definitely ordered DoorDash and had a wonderful feast. So thank you guys so much for those of you who donated to Super Chat or such. I greatly appreciate it, and really, really made my night. It made my night. 100% made my night. So thank you guys. I ended up ordering Cheesecake Factory, and yes, I had cheesecake. See, I forgot to put it was my name, and now I'm Kirk. I'm on an office computer, and it automatically goes to my boss's name. It's a hassle to change it on the computer to my name. It messes things up. Yes, copy and paste. Got it. It's funny. That's funny that you forgot to do it, and there's Kirk. So hi, Kirk. Thank you for allowing Deborah to watch my YouTube lives while she's at work. So thank you, Kirk. It was a heroic feed, absolutely. That was a long block to work on. It's funny too, because I went back in the analytics and I can see the exact moment Teresa's live starts, because I'm like doing pretty good, and then there's this like bloop. It was funny. It was like, oh, I know exactly where Teresa went live. So funny. I'm an analytics person. I will like look at analytics like nobody's business. I love analytics. I love tracking trends. I love all that. It was really funny, Teresa. It was really, really funny. I could see the exact moment it happened. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And if you weren't there for that live, I told people, because some people were like starting to head over to Teresa's channel, and I was like, yes, by all means, go over to Teresa's channel, go watch her live, no problem. I am not upset at all for people, you know, going over to Teresa's live. I wanted people to go over to Teresa's live. I just wanted to get it done, so I was going to stay live until I got it done. Which of your quilts won at the state fair? What is your plan with the Margot quilt? So that one at the state fair is the Charm Not Charm Tulip Pink quilt. I know you have seen it multiple times. People are probably tired of seeing that quilt over and over again. But where did it? Oh. But that one won second place. Super thrilled about that. And then Margot is going to get quilted. And then that one's going to go into shows as well. That one will start its shows tour. All right, there we go. There is this. So let's now add on the side pieces. This one. Put this one on this side. Have to run. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Donnell. Thanks for stopping by. If I'm ever in Michigan, you know I'm going to hit you up for sure. Donnell, show me the ways of the beekeeper. Not even tired of seeing your quilts. Awesome. Thank you so much. I share my quilts with my coworkers, and I'm always like, I'm sorry to like show you this quilt. Like they've seen that quilt several times, and I'm like, I'm sorry for talking and showing this quilt again, but it got second place in the state fair, and they're like, no, we love your quilts. We want to see it. I'm like, okay, thank you. Wait, why is this? Oh no, it goes there. Oh, I almost did it the wrong way. It actually goes there. I was surprised when you were live so long. I was on for almost 3 hours because I wanted to get my project done. It kicked my butt. But back was killing me. Yeah, I was very tired after my live. I was very tired. But it was worth it. I got it done. And it looks beautiful. Well, thank you. I try to be. I try to be artistic. Whoops. I'll tell you though, if this live goes for, longer than 3 hours, I may be like, no, oh, that's the wrong way. When we hit the 3 hour mark, I'm gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna have to do this on another one. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, let's go. Listen to her hum. Hey. There. Humma, 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 humma. She hums like crazy, and I love it. She sounds so good. She sounds so good. So yeah, I meant to talk about what I had at the fair. I ate a Fletcher's Corny Dog, and I wanted to try some of the like crazy fried foods and stuff like that, but they were so freaking expensive. So I ended up just getting the corn dog, and then there's a restaurant. It's like a pop-up restaurant, so you never know exactly where they're going to be and when they're going to be there and all that kind of stuff. And it's called Sandoichi, which is, I believe, sando is the Japanese word for sandwich. And I forgot that they were going to be at the fair, and they had fruit salad cream sandwiches, and it was hot, and I was really tired, and I figured that fruit would probably be a better choice than a fried sopapilla with pecan, caramel, maple, sauce, like all the crazy fried food stuff. So I decided to spend the 16 tickets it took, which, by the way, each ticket is $1. So I basically bought a $16 sandwich, fruit salad sandwich from Sandoichi. But it was very refreshing and tasted darn good and was pretty much what I needed, so. She's so little. Are you talking about Sylvia, my featherweight? She's tiny. She's tiny, tiny, tiny. But yeah, the fair was fun. I just wish it wouldn't have been so hot. I think if it wasn't so hot, I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more. I would have enjoyed it more, and I think if I had had a friend there as well, I think it would have been a more fun time. But I did enjoy it. I thought about going live while I was in the arts and crafts building to show you all the quilts and stuff, but A, the quilts are hanging up way above the floor, and B, it just didn't feel right to do that. So see you later, Teresa. It just, you know, I got to feel out the situation, and it just wasn't like, it was like, this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to do this. So I didn't this time. Ooh, look at that. Look how nice that is. That's pretty nice. All right, let's put on the other side. And then we can finally put the top and bottom on, and then we're actually not terribly far away. It's got a little bit. We've got a little bit more, but we're getting there. What do you look for in a featherweight? I look for, because I look at Facebook Marketplace for featherweights to see if any pop up with, you know, like a super good price on them. Most of them are in the like $400 or $500 range, which to me that's a good price. $400 to $500, that's a good price. If it's in good condition. If it's like rusted and all that, hell no, don't go for that. But I look for, you know, is it still shiny? Does it still have a protective coat? You got to see if it like still sews, if they say if it still sews and is usable, all that kind of stuff. Barbara, yes, I did. I did put the boxer together. I looked to see if it has any accessories with it. The main thing is like looking at its physical condition. And Bill can tell you more. If Bill is still in here, he can tell you more about like what to look for, because he's kind of an expert in featherweights and vintage machines. But I definitely look for, is it in good condition? Does the person say it sews? Obviously, if you're going to buy a machine, you do want to try it if there's ever you know, if they can allow you to try to sew on it, that's always the best, in my opinion. Just so that you know you're buying a machine that works. Now the good thing is they can be repaired. It's not like they can never be repaired, and honestly, featherweights repairability is probably way easier than a computerized machine. But I never go to the fair because of the heat. I've been once in my memory. Yeah, it's so hot, Gina. It was so hot, and I would have much rather have gone this weekend when it was in the 70s, but it was also the Red River Rivalry, and I know you do not go to the fair during the Red River Rivalry. That's just stupid. The Denton Quilt Guild has a shop. I saw it on their website today, and they have some featherweights. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that. I have seen several popping up on Facebook Marketplace. There was a 301 on Facebook Marketplace. It was in Georgia. Man, if they would have shipped it, I would have bought it, because the 301 looked to be in very good condition, and the case for the 301, if you're not familiar with the 301s, they're basically the next iteration of the featherweights. They're a little bit bigger, but they, instead of coming in a black rectangular or square case, they had more of a like no, it's not an octagon, but it's a different type of case. And trying to find that case is really hard. There are not many of them anymore. And most of the time when you find one that has a case, or find a case in general, it's not in good condition. It's deteriorated a lot. And so it's hard to find a really good case. And this one seemed to be in like mint condition. I wanted to buy one recently, but the guy was selling it for like $150 I think he said $110, $115, and I was like, Bill was like, that's too expensive. So it's like, okay. But yeah, this other one was in really good condition, and woo, it was very not expensive at all. Like, they were selling it for under what it should have been. What is the Red River rivalry? So that is Texas OU weekend, and it's never OU Texas weekend. It's Texas OU weekend. So University of Texas versus OU, Oklahoma University. And it's a big thing. Lots of people. It's very busy. Lots of people go to watch that game, and you do not want to be anywhere near the Cotton Bowl that day because there are so many people. So many people! Yes, it's Trapezoid, thank you. Hey, Constance, you are not late. Trapezoid, that's it. Trapezoid case, love that case. I hope someday I can find a trapezoid case for mine. All right, here, let's do this. Whee! Here's another cam view. So there we go. There is this so far. And somebody was asking about Margot. I'll bring Margot back over. So for those of you who were not at the start, you can see that I have finished Margot. Where's my camera? There it is. There's Margot. Margot is finished, but I just need to pull the paper out. That's what I need to do, pull the paper out. Sorry, that probably... will you be entering your quilt into SMP contest again? When is the next one? I'm not sure. I will be entering quilts into shows, but I'm just not sure which show and which one. I did enter Road to California, and I did enter into Road to Daytona. I entered those two. So I have entered that, and I'm waiting for my quilter to get finished with Vortex, and if she gets it done in time, I'm going to try and enter that one into QuiltCon, where hopefully it'll make its debut. We'll see. The right eye? I think I did the right eye. Or was it the left eye? I don't remember. One of the eyes. I did one of the eyes. Deborah says, I love the legit kits. I cannot afford one at this time. I've sent them a few ideas of what I would like to see in their line of quilts. We will see. They're great. I love them. But I'm going to need a break after this one. I need to take a break from FPP for a little bit because it's been a lot. It has been a lot to get Margot done. And I need a break. I need a little bit of a break. It's a huge quilt, Gina. It's big. The legit kits are a lot bigger than you think they are. Like, they don't look big when you're looking at them on the website, but they're big quilts. I like big quilts and I cannot lie. Do you insure your quilts before sending them? I don't, because shipping includes, I think, up to like $500 in insurance. So I don't typically add, because I can't prove that my quilt is more than $500. So a lot of times I don't. If I had it appraised, I might be able to. But, you know, I don't know. I would hate to lose a quilt, but how can I prove that my quilt is more than that, you know? I'd like to see Newfoundland dogs. Absolutely, that would be a cool one. But that's why I put air tags in my packages that I'm sending to the different quilt shows. is even though I don't know that there would be much that I could do, you know, if it was lost in California, I can't just like buy a plane ticket and go try to track it down, but you know, I don't know. It gives me a little more reassurance, even though there's not a lot I could do if it was to get lost. Does that make sense? I just hope that they don't get lost. That's what I hope. That's what I hope for, is that they just don't get lost, and I never have to deal with that. But yeah, AirTags make me feel a lot better because I can literally trace where it's at. The value of your quilts will increase. I have heart devastating stories. Oh my gosh, I know some people that have lost quilts, and my heart just hurts. And I hope that I never have to, you know, deal with any of that. AirTag. So Apple makes a little device called an AirTag, and it is a little device that you can put on your keys or in a little case, or you can fit them just about anywhere. And basically what happens is it uses iPhones and other Apple devices to keep tabs on where something is. It doesn't use GPS, however, it uses other phones and iPads and stuff to tell you where an item is. So, for instance, if I drop my keys, it pings off of other iPhones and such nearby, and if I need to find out where it is, I can trace it using the AirTag. And if I need to, I can play, like if I'm within a certain amount of range, I can play a little music tone so that way I can find my item if I'm nearby. So I've actually been able to trace my packages as I send them to different shows across the country. My quilt actually has the AirTag in like sewn behind the label, and I can keep track of where that quilt is. So I can actually watch it go through like UPS shipping, and I can tell where it is and when it gets there. So it's kind of like having GPS, but it's not officially GPS. It doesn't have a GPS unit in it, but I can trace it. And so if anything were ever lost, I could hopefully work with the shipping company and say, look, I can see my quilt box is here, and you know, maybe they can help me find it. So it's actually sewn into the back of my, like, here's the back of my quilt. This is the back of my quilt. I have the quilt label, and I literally sandwich the AirTag in a little pocket between those two. And it really does help to keep it, you know, not visible. You won't be able to see it, but it is, it's there, and I can see where the quilt is. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side for the moment because we need to do the bottom part. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's only 3 o'clock. Time to feed the hubs. See you later, Barbara. Take care. We're at 2 hours almost, so we'll have 1 more hour. I think we're gonna get this done. I think we can get this done in the next hour. Cross your fingers, everyone. I know I normally like to stick to 2-hour lives, but let's see if we can't get this done. What do you think? You think we can get this done? I think so. I think we can get it done. I think we can get it done. Do you have to prepay? Do you have to pay to have your quilt appraised? Yes, June. You do have to have there is a fee whenever getting your quilt appraised. So that's why I haven't done it yet, because normally it's like $50 or something like that. So I have not had any of my quilts appraised as of yet, but maybe in the future. But it's also money. It takes money to do that. And just paying the fees to enter your quilt can sometimes be expensive. Sometimes it's $40 to enter quilts. That covers shipping back most of the time, so it's not a big deal, but it's still expensive sometimes, you know? Gina asks, do the contests have any rules about that? Can they tell? No, there are no rules about the air tags, and 99.9% of the time you will never know that an air tag is inside. And I don't think they would want to discourage you from entering either. I know Road to California actually extended their deadline for entering quilts because I think they may have not had as many quilts as normal entered into the show. So I don't think any show would really want to discourage you from entering a quilt. Thank you, Catherine. That's so sweet of you. It's a blessing to spend time with you. Feel very lucky to have everybody spending time with me on a Sunday when you could be doing a multitude of other things. I feel very lucky that y'all want to spend time with me and sit here and chat and sew and do the things. But yeah, I don't think many shows would want to discourage you from entering air tags are, it's really hard to tell that an air tag is in my quilt. The only giveaway that would happen is when an air tag has not made a connection with your phone, your device for a while. It will, when it starts moving, it'll sometimes make a noise when it can tell it's moving. Because it's a safety thing. Like, they don't want people dropping air tags into like somebody's purse or something like that. And if it starts moving, it starts making a noise being like, hey, I'm here, I'm letting you know that I'm here. So somebody might hear that if they're like moving the quilt from one location to another, but more than likely they're not going to hear it because they're working in a pretty loud environment, more than likely. And if it's not being on display, it's inside a box where they can't hear it. I'm cutting out the Barbie pack and go play for one granddaughter. I have a second to do also. That sounds fun. I knew you had to pay to enter your quilts, so by the time you do all that, it's very expensive. Yeah, it does get pretty expensive, June. It does get pretty expensive. And like, appraisal is good for it. I really should have my quilt appraised, but I just don't have a reason other than like maybe I might need to buy extra insurance. But my thing is like, what is insurance going to do? Yes, I will get like the standard amount, so like $500, let's say. Yes, I'll get $500, but is that going to bring back my quilt? No. So if my quilt is, let's pretend my quilt is valued at $1,000, it appraises for $1,000. Great, I get $1,000, but what's that going to do? you see what I mean? Like, it's great that I would get money, but what is that money going to do? It's not going to bring back the quilt that I worked so hard on. It's just going to, like, pay for the time and the effort, but, you know, it would still be gone, and I would still be really sad. And yeah, so I totally think it should be valued at what it needs to be. So if it was $1,000, of course I would love to, you know, get the $1,000, but $1,000 is not gonna bring back the quilt that I made, you know? Hey John, welcome. What are you doing? I thought you were decorating. Did you take a break from decorating? And if you text me, I've been on live for 2 hours, so that's why I haven't responded. I knew you, oh yeah. Already read that one. All right, so here's the bottom. Now let's get this attached. Love your shirts. Thank you. Let's see. Get this on. Still lots to do, but getting there. Awesome. Looks really good so far. John is helping to decorate for Halloween at his brother's house? I think it's the brother. So he's setting up all kinds of spooky stuff. The Central WA State Fair is the only place I have to pay to enter quilts or anything else, but the entry cost is a ticket into the fair for the day. That's awesome. I wish most shows were like that. The price of the fabric might make a quilt worth more than $500, right? So true. It'll get you a replacement fabric and also let people know that there are eyes on your quilt. Well, that's true. That's true. I have seen, there was a call out once. Somebody lost a quilt in the mail, and I saw it going around Facebook being like, if you see this quilt, you know, missing quilt, keep your eyes open. And I know that some missing quilts have been returned and found and all that kind of stuff. So it is a possibility. But it's still hard. Don't do that. There. And the way prices are going up, you might be right about how much the fabric costs and getting it replaced. It's just compensation for the lost property. Yeah. I mean, that's all it is. And that's important, and that's good. But, you know, I would still be heartbroken that my quilt was gone. Oh, shoot, I did it again. How did I... I didn't put the right side down. That's all right. We'll make it work. Where do you get the tags? You can purchase them through Apple or Amazon. AirTags are an Apple product, and you do have to have an Apple ecosystem, such as an iPhone and such, in order to use them. But since I'm all Apple, I have all Apple computers, phone, iPad, all that kind of stuff, that's not a problem for me. There are other things out there on the market. I'm trying to remember the name of them, and I'm drawing a blank at the moment. What is the other company called? It's not Tag. It's not Square. There's another company that offers a very similar product it's not Apple exclusive, and I can't think of the name at the very moment for it, but you can use other devices like that in order to accomplish the same task. There are Android tags as well. Yep, absolutely, so Terry. There are. What is the name of that device? I can't think of that. So if you have Android, there are Android tags out there as well. Tiles, thank you. Thank you, Katie. I was like, this doesn't sound right. I don't remember what's going on. Yeah, nope, tile. Tile is it. When my oldest daughter was a baby, someone stole her hand-pieced, hand-quilted quilter by her hand-quilted by her great-grandmother right out of the washing machine. Oh, that's so devastating. I don't understand people. Like, why would you steal that? Makes me furious. Oh, I forgot I was at the state fair. For those who are in the United States, you may have remembered on Wednesday, we got a very lovely surprise. Not really a surprise, we knew it was coming, but that emergency tests went off on Wednesday. And mind you, I was at the State Fair of Texas with hundreds of people, so that noise went off across the entire state fair, and oh my goodness, what a racket that was. Can you imagine hundreds of people and suddenly, yeah, it was fun. It was really, really fun. My family uses tiles. My son-in-law found his lost wallet on a ski slope because it had a tile on it. Woo, thank goodness. All right, so let's go to the wide camera. We're gonna hang this up for a moment. Let me not poke my fingers, please. Thanks. All right, there we go. Whew. There's the center kind of pieced in. Let me grab some more water for a moment. And then we'll continue on. It's looking good. It's looking very good. I'm very happy with it. A friend was shopping. It was very loud. Absolutely. Was this a kit? Yes, Constance. This was from the Halloween Boo Box from Open Gate Quilts. Unfortunately, it is no longer available for sale. But you can check out Monique's website by going to the link down in the description of this video. Okay, so that's the center of the quilt. Next, we're gonna go around with the orange. Yeah, so next we're gonna go around with the orange. Orange, you glad that we're getting pretty close? Oops. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. So for this part, we are just going to connect. Oh, my microphone keeps falling. I'm sorry if it makes weird noises. I'm not sure what I'm thinking for the back yet, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. My son told me how loud it was where he works as everybody's phone went off. Yeah, it was really loud. Gotta go. My grandson put Nutella in the washing machine with my lunch. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Sharon. Yikes. Good luck with that. All right, so what I'm gonna do, this says that I'm supposed to I'm supposed to get a specific measurement. Like for each side. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be lazy. And I am going to just keep putting it around each side and then trim. That made no sense, but I promise it will make sense in a moment. It will make sense in a moment, I promise. Gotta go put Nutella in the washing machine. Oof. At least it's in the washing machine and not in the dryer. But yeah, it was very loud at the state fair when all of those phones were going off at the same moment. Oh, I missed that one. I'll have to redo that one. Denise says, hello, just wanted to say thank you for providing closed captioning on your channel. You are very welcome. I'm glad that YouTube provides that. I don't know how well of a job it's doing because it might add in random words like pineapple, applesauce, banana, airplane, bell. I've watched with closed captionings on before, and I'm like, that is definitely not what that person just said. So it might add in some weird words, and you're like, what is happening? So I apologize if it does add in those very strange words, but hopefully you at least get the gist of what I'm saying most of the time. Test was first nationwide emergency. Yep. Was this the very first time that it's ever happened here in the United States? I don't remember it happening prior to this, but I could be wrong. All right, so I've just made a really long strip, and I need to find, yeah, there was one that no, it happened before. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, sometimes the closed captioning is very funny, Gina. You're like, what, huh? Apple, banana, strawberry, raspberry, purple, bingo, bird, dog, hamster, octopus. Every 3 years, okay. I don't remember it happening 3 years ago. Well, that was also COVID. I don't want to remember 3 years ago. Oh, I left on this camera. My bad. We're supposed to be over here. Hi, much better. I was looking at the wrong camera the whole time. Closed captioning is a helpful aid. My ears can't always hear certain letters. That's fair. When I was a kid, they had a weekly test of the air raid sirens in our community. Yeah, they do that here, Shelly. Every first Wednesday of the month, they have the tornado sirens go off as a test. Bye for now. I have to go cut the grass. Hopefully, last time these clouds look like snow. Oh, goodness gracious. Is it that time already for snow to be happening? I'm cutting at 1/4 of an inch-ish. I don't know what I'm saying. You're welcome. You're welcome. I've got this song stuck in my head. It's from those girls on America's Got Talent who are like, I don't know if they're Japanese or Chinese or Korean, but they like are very synchronous in their dancing, and it's like crazy. It's crazy how good they are. All right, let's look at the destructions really quickly. I just fell on the floor. Awesome. So I'm gonna want to do the sides first and then the top, I think. So the long strips to the sides of the quilt. So the shorter bordered strips at the top and bottom. Okay, so we're gonna do sides first and then top and bottom. I thought that was the case, but I just wanted to double check myself and make sure. Siri, I don't need you right now. You can hang up.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh my gosh, I'm not talking to you right now. It's like, I'm not sure I understand. Well, no, duh, because I'm not talking to you right now. All right, so sides and then top and bottom is what we're gonna do. Come here. And no, I'm not doing this the proper way. You're supposed to, it gives a size and you're supposed to cut it to that size and then do this, but it takes too much work. When I did the remodel of grade school at work, they took down the bomb shelter sign from the building that had been up since it opened in 1948. Goodness gracious. My high school had a bomb shelter, or a fallout shelter. Not a bomb shelter, fallout shelter. I don't know what year my high school was built in, but obviously long enough to have had a fallout shelter in it. It's like doing binding. It's a border, not binding though. I don't ever measure borders. Same here. I just put them on. Have you ever been on a So Yeah Live when Brody talks to Alexa and all who have Alexa get notified? I have not been in a live when they do that. But I was, if you joined me on that like 7-hour live, I did say, Alexa, give me a round of applause. You're welcome, everyone. You're gonna be like, ugh, thanks, Ian. Many apartment buildings of old have fallout shelters in them as well. Joni says, hi Ian, nice to catch you live today. Hello. Love your quilts and congratulations on your second place at the state fair. Thank you. And you just sent mine off. Yep, she's clapping. My favorite though is to go, Alexa, fart. You're welcome, everyone. You are welcome for that. Or I could say, Alexa, fart in 1 hour. In 1 hour's time, you will all be like, Ian. Hello, Ian. There's farting going on here now, and it's not me. Jackie says, my school in Florida had blackout curtains during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So Terry said, I told her to stop, and she said, okie dokie. What is she, my best friend now? Yeah, it's funny whenever you tell her, whenever you get on the fart and you tell her to stop, and she does that okie dokie. She never just says okay or whatever. She's always like okie dokie. It's my favorite thing of it. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard, but that okie dokie gets me every time. I would say the other one's name, the one that begins with an S, but I have that one. And so if I was to say it, mine would also go off. I could be really mean and say something like, Alexa, remind me to watch The Off-Kilter Crafter on every Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then everybody starts yelling at me, Ian! I was just visiting friends in Ottawa, Canada last week, and we toured the Defense Bunker, the Capitol bomb fallout shelter built during the Cold War era to safely stow away all of the important people. Wow, that's very cool, Holly. It'd be funny if you could send a fart to someone. I know, that would be funny. That would be really funny. I have a granddaughter named Alexa. I have a friend named Alexa, and they actually had to change the name of their Alexa. Not the person, but the device, so that way it would not activate every time they said her name. Ian, stop! She just set a timer! Oh, I'll stop. That's funny, though. told her to stop listening for an hour. Good one, Anna. Good one. That's funny. I'll ask her to spell a bad word once, and she said, "I'd rather not say it. I would rather not." Oh, you in trouble now? She created the reminder. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop. My question is, though, when watching TV, how does she know not to go off? Because, like, there are some television shows that say her name, and also when there are some Amazon commercials that say her name. So, like, how does she know not to go off when there's a Amazon commercial? Like, how does that work? You know? So glad I don't have Siri or Alexa. Oh, I've been air sewing. Shoot. Thankfully. Oh. I've been air sewing for a long while. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done for today. Whoops. Yep, that's a whoops, all right. Man, been air sewing for a long time. You said air sewing and she gave me the air quality for a while. Paybacks for Alexa prank. Yep, very true. Very, very true. Oh, too funny. Alexa revenge. Alexa should have reminded you to put a new bobbin in. Yep. She should have. Ask her where my package is. Right? Absolutely. Too much fun with Alexa. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Karma. Yep, I deserved it. Totally deserved it. It's really funny though. There it goes. I'm gonna watch it this time because the last time I overfilled the bobbin and it started going all over the place. So I'm gonna watch my bobbin and make sure. That seems good. Right. Payback for Alexa farting. Absolutely. Too funny. Too funny. Karma will get you. Absolutely. Counterclockwise. We're good there. All right. So now we're going to put this back in here. Whew, all right. I go this way, and then I go this way, and I grab this, and I go up here. Ooh, come on. Oops. There we go. Make sure it's in there nice and tight. It is. It's good payback. It's good payback. And stop. Oh, too funny. I was air sewing for a good while. Of course it would happen on borders, right? Of course that would happen. Might help if I reconnect the wheel. There we go. And there we go. Let's get the bobbin. Is that, is the thin yellow border your last border? No, I have one more after this. One more after this is done. So we may not finish on the live. I'm going to stop at 3 hours, whether I'm done or not. And I may just do it as homework after it's all said and done. Because I don't want another 7-hour live. We're not doing another 7-hour live. It is not going to happen. I was like, oh, it's not too bad. It stopped there towards the end. No big deal. No. It was a while ago. It stopped a while ago. It stopped a while ago. You're such a trooper. Well, I mean, I feel like I deserved it after playing with everybody's Alexa like I did, so it's fair. It's fair. It's karma. It's no big deal. Oh boy, too funny. It's actually kind of good because at one point I noticed that my black fabric ended up further to the left than what I wanted it to be, and I was afraid that that was like too small of a seam allowance, but since that happened, no big deal. Did you use the same thread for your bobbin? It's the same thread. Same thread. Same thread in the top and bottom. Yep, it's an inner border. It's an inner border, and we've got one more. Let's see if I can get this, at least get the orange border on before the end of the live. How about that? Our goal will be to get the orange border done before the end of the live, and then I'll probably do the final black border after the live is over with. That'll be my homework, and I'll show off the quilt on the next live. I can hear the difference when the bottom runs out. It gets really quiet when I continue to sew. Problem is, I'm talking and I wasn't paying attention because I was paying attention to the chat and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't listening to the difference in sound. I bet you if I wasn't on a live, I bet you I could have heard the bobbin run out. But that is another thing that I enjoy very much on my modern machine, is letting me know when the bobbin runs out. I've seen places that sell bobbin thread. I don't know. I know that there are some places that sell pre-wound bobbins. I've seen that before, but I wind my own bobbins. It's not that hard, not that difficult, not a big deal. I believe you can still get it done by the end of 3 hours. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. We'll see how far we get, Denise. Deborah, excuse me, Deborah. Sally, hello. Sorry I'm late. You're never late. You were always right on time. No one is ever late to my channel. We all have lives. We all lead busy, complicated lives, and we can get here when we get here, and that's okay. That is A-okay. There we go. My machine tells me when I'm out. Yeah, that's the computerized machine. That's the one really good thing about a computerized machine is it tells you when the bobbin thread is out. Hold on to my tails, do a couple of, there we go. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick trim. Oh, I forgot to grab, I gotta grab the thingamajigger to do a trim. Oh, that was much funnier because I had fallen asleep and couldn't figure out why she was talking until Ian said something else. So that's, oops, that's funny. You had no idea why Alexa was talking to you until... It was called a bobbin threader. Oh yeah, if I do embroidery, then yes, I do use a different bobbin for embroidery, but only for embroidery, not for anything else. So Terry says, Ian, do you know that little bobbin winder thread guide on the bottom right? I double wrap the thread around it. It winds tighter bobbin and oh, it allows for more thread. That's good to know. That's very good to know. And this looks straight enough. Close enough for grenades and horseshoes. Is that the saying? What's the saying? Close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades? That's what it is. Don't worry about air sewing. I am watching and sewing. I just put 4 color strips the wrong location on my block. I'm going to listen more and watch less. Totally fair. Get up. Ah, stay up there. Stay. Stay. There we go. All right. We're going to do this. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. There you go. That's what it was. I knew it was something like that, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey, so yarn arm. And counts in slow dancing. Yeah, there you go. Ooh. Do, 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 do. this back over my shoulder so it's a little easier to maintain. Guys, I can't wait for y'all to see the spooky box unboxing. I had a lot of fun. If you remember unboxing the Open Gate Quilts Boo Box, I had a little fun with a little beginning thing, vignette or whatever you want to call it, the beginning of the unboxing. That was a lot of fun. I did another one for the Halloween box from Fat Quarter Shop. So can't wait for y'all to see that go live. I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. I think you'll think it's cute. Hello! How are you doing today? You doing all right today, Maria? There we go. This quilt is getting to the point where it's getting heavy. And so it needs a little help. I need a little help getting in the right place at the right time and blah, blah, blah. It's the only bad thing about quilting, I feel like, is when you get to the full-size quilt, it gets real heavy and like hard to manage sometimes. See you later, Paula. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Now, if I were Tiffany, I could have gotten this whole quilt done in one live stream. Speaking of which, Tiffany will be live later this afternoon, evening. Don't forget to go visit her channel and see what she's going to be working on today. You finished the pieces for the boxer, and now the queens are almost done. Yeah, it's been a good week, Lori. Absolutely. It has been a very good week. And I got to see my quilt hanging in the state fair. It's been a very good week. Oh, this is nice. It lands just off of the strip. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to seam rip that strip since it's right there. I think I'm actually just going to seam rip that strip. And then that way I don't have to worry about it. So we'll just seam rip this real quick. Basically what happened is the place that this landed is just shy of where I sewed the strips together, so I have a little bit hanging over, but that's okay because I'm just going to do a quick little trim on it. So just open that up like that and grab my ruler. Phew. I only lost like this much. Oh, that landed on Margot. Whoops, my bad. All right, so now we can do the top and the bottom, which are the shorter sides. Don't roll over this. There we go. And then we can do the final one. And we've got 10-ish minutes to do this in. I also need to watch, random thought, I was thinking about Halloween movies and all, you know, all that kind of stuff. I need to watch Coraline. Coraline is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it is another perfect movie to watch during spooky season. Yes, I did just throw that on the floor. It's fine, I'm vacuuming. I'm not gonna rush, I promise. Like I said, I'm gonna end this at 3 hours no matter what. And I will finish whatever I don't finish on live after I get off live. My favorite Halloween movie is Practical Magic. I have not watched that. I told my friend that I wanted to, she loves scary movies. I don't like scary movies, but I did see, like, at Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, there are some dancing Megans. There's a movie out there called Megan, and I kind of want to watch the movie after watching the dancing Megans, and she was like, yes, let's do it. So maybe at some point during the month, I'll go over there and watch it with her. She hasn't seen it either, so she doesn't know about it, but. Woo, that just went up behind all kinds of places. I love watching the Hotel Transylvania. Hotel Transylvania. Those are cute movies. I don't go blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't go blah, 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 blah. Just got a surprise visit from one of my granddaughters, and she brought me a medium-sized box of fabric flannel fleece. Try saying that 5 times fast. And cotton. Very cool. That's a great surprise. Great surprise visit. I got that stuck in my head now. I don't go blah, 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 blah. All right. There we go. I have seen bits and pieces of Practical Magic, but I've never like sat down and watched it from beginning to end. So I know what it's about and stuff like that, but I haven't ever watched it. I'm bad. I only really watch Nightmare Before Christmas, which is funny because Halloween is my favorite holiday. Oh, that's funny. Oh, you dumb butt person. I gotta go back and fix this. I sewed it the wrong way. I sewed over, it folded over instead of the way it should be. So I gotta undo a couple of stitches. That was dumb. It's all right. At least I only have to go back a few stitches. Hocus Pocus. I know, I need to watch it all the way through. I do. I do. At least I got it. Gotta go fix lunch for hubby. Love the quilts. See you later. See you later, Sue Ellen. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it, as always. And yes, I did, at least I did catch it before it, like, got into a bad situation. Come on. Yep, and thankfully all I have to do is just go back a couple of stitches. And I'll back stitch. And then we'll be good to go. Got it. I love the Halloween Town movies. I haven't watched those either. That's something else I need to add to my list for this year is I need to watch the Halloween Town. Everyone keeps talking about them, and I'm like, they came out when I was a kid, and I need to sit down and watch them. I just haven't. It's very bad. Very, very bad. All right, that's better. Let's take my scissors, do a quick trim. Do I need... I wonder if I can just use this whole strip at the top. Let's find out. Because I just... Is that one strip? That is from selvage to just a little over selvage. We're going to try. We're going to see what happens. Halloween Town was filmed in Oregon. I didn't know that. I will watch more winter holiday movies after Halloween, though. Home Alone, Grinch, my favorite, Rise of the Guardians. I really wish there was a Halloween Guardians in that, though. Yeah. I wonder why that wasn't. I made 3 Grinch quilts for some of my little grands. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's... Which side does not have the orange on it? There we go. The bottom. All right, let's see if this is going to be enough. I think it is. I think it'll be enough. But I'm going to do a double check really quick. Claymation Monster Mash movie. Hey Lori, how are you? So glad to have you here. Oh yeah, I can definitely do this. Oh, 100%, and I'll still have some left over. Perfect! Yes! Oh, there's a Christmas Guardians clip after the new one, Anna. Every time you say Guardians, I think Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not what you're talking about. It's not what you're talking about. do a couple stitches. And we're going to hold the tail. Come here. And go. Donnell says, are you still going? I sure am. I'm just about to end though. I think after I get this border on, I'm going to stop because we're about to hit the 3-hour mark here in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to show off what I've gotten done, and then I'm going to stop the live and finish this off live. And then I'll show it to you next time. But it'll be done. The next time I go live, it will be done. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Are you talking about Guardians of the Galaxy? Were you talking about Guardians of the Galaxy? I know. I'm a wild man. What could I say? Oh, okay. I was thinking Guardians. Isn't there a movie where there's like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and what is it, Jack Frost, and they like have to save the world? Rise of the Guardians? There's a movie. I know there is a movie. Guys, help me out on this. And it's like all of the holidays have to get together and save the world, like every other movie there ever is. That's the movie that I thought you were talking about. I was talking about the kid one, Rise of the Guardians. Yes, Ian. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, not Santa Claus 2. It's an animated one. It's an animated cartoon. Oh, okay, Anna. All right. That's okay. That's what I thought. When you said Guardians, though, I thought of Guardians of the Galaxy, but then I'm like, no, she means the animated one. I wanted to dye my hair like Jack Frost for a while. I wanted to do the platinum blonde. When I told my friends that, they were like, no. No. I was like, okay, all right, won't do it. No worries. No worries at all. Rise of the Guardians, Guardians of the Galaxy, like, easy to confuse. Yeah, Anna, that's normally when I think of the movie, is more towards spring. It'd be fun. Yeah, hair grows back fast. That's true. That is true. I just don't know if I would look really good with platinum blonde. Ooh, I better flip this out so I don't forget to do it in a moment. I don't want to do what I did the first time. There we go. All right, look at that, right on time, 3 hours exactly. I got that border done. I'm gonna do a quick little trim. I'm gonna cut it a little long, so that way I'll clean it up here in a moment. But look at that, I still have one whole strip left over to do. But that brings us to 3 hours. I'm gonna put this on the design board behind me. We'll ooh and ah over it, and then I'll end my live, and I'll work on the rest of it off live, so that way when we see it, next week, it'll be done. It will be done. But we are very close on getting it done. I just need to do the outer border and it will be done. Tape a couple pins. Here. You're getting a nice booty shot right now. You're welcome. As I pin this up. I wish I could just stab these pins. A lot of people will have, like on their design wall, they'll have foam back behind it, so that way they can just stab pins into it and make it easier. Would love to do that on mine, but all right. Flip this out. Do a pin to keep this open. There we go. And then one more on the bottom. I just have to remember to pull the pins out when I go to take this off the wall. Okay. All right, let's do the overhead or the wide shot. There we go. All right, so almost done. Super close. We just need to do our last border, which is our black and orange fabric. Where's my center? There it is. Just gotta do this border all the way around. But it's getting close, it's almost there. So we're gonna do that all the way around and we'll be done. It looks so good, I love it. Almost there. So close, but just couldn't get it done during the live. I was hoping we'd get it done during the live, but I will get it done after I jump off of here, and then we will see it next time in its full and completion. Look how good that looks. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, I love it. Candy says, so weird seeing shorts. I had to turn on the heat in the house. Hey, so yeah, it's 79 degrees here. So cooler than what it's been for the past couple of weeks, months actually. But yeah, still wearing shorts. In fact, if you haven't heard me say it before, but many a times I have to run my air conditioner on Christmas Eve or Christmas. And there's a saying here in Texas and in the South, 'twas the night before Christmas and all through the house the AC was running because we live in the South. You're welcome. All right. I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you, Becky. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. I see all of your lovely... Lori says went from AC to furnace in 3 days. I have not had to turn on the furnace, the heat at all. I probably will not have to turn on the heat until at least mid-November, maybe even closer to December. I don't know. We'll find out. But, all right, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to eat some food, and then I'm going to finish putting this quilt together because I am ready for it to be done. You will see it next week in its full completion and, well, not fully completed. You will see the top completed. I still need to do... I have the binding. The binding is ready to go, but I don't have a backing for it yet. So I need to find a backing for it. That will be another day. I also, of course, need to quilt it as well. So it needs to be quilt, needs to be bound, and all that kind of stuff. But that will be, we'll get the quilt top done today, and the next Sunday you'll see the quilt top on the live. So hope everybody has a great day. Remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. I will see you next week, and love y'all. Take care. And see you very soon.